guys, my name's Andrea Wheatley. I'm from Otaki in Wellington, New Zealand, and I'm just tuning in with you now to share with you about what the 8-week shred is. You've either inquired with me personally and asking about what the program is, or one of your friends has sent you this video because you've asked them. So if you watch this whole video and you find that there's information in here that you'd like to take up and you'd like to put some action to your interest and participate in the 8-week shred, then go back to the person who sent you this video and they'll be more than happy to help you. I thought I'd just tune in with you and tell you some of my journey about how I came to do the first 8-week shred that I did and how it's changed my whole view of health, and now I've kind of got a much more holistic approach to how I live my life. So I've got 3 children, they're aged 10, 12 and 15, and after I had my second child, I just had incredible weight gain and incredible pain in all of my joints. Started off in my shoulder, and then I had pain in my hands and my knees. I couldn't even kneel down on the ground to change my newborn's nappy because my knees are so full of fluid that they wouldn't even bend. I'd grab sheets in the night to pull them up, and I'd get sharp pains through my hands. I couldn't lift my arm above halfway here. So feeding and things was really difficult, like carrying my son was really difficult. And I got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis after really having to wait for a lot of appointments and cancellations with rheumatologists to finally get in and see the right person. And the minute that they gave me steroids, I had tons of fluid leave my body. Like I was doing a weight loss program at the time, I was checking in with my weight. I lost 7 kilos in 1 week and it was all fluid. That's crazy, right? And who loses 7 kilos in 1 week? That's how much fluid I was holding. So all my face, all my joints, my legs just had so much fluid. So I had instant relief from the pharmaceutical medication that I was taking, the steroids, which is prednisone. And I've been on prednisone ever since, seen 2 different rheumatologists in Nelson, Wellington. I live in 2 different cities, so I've seen those different rheumatologists, and they've just maintained me on a kind of quality of life dose of steroids and methotrexate and hydrochloroquine sulfate for years. So my arthritis has not defined me. Not really many people know that I've had arthritis, but it's just limited me and what I can do. And because I find it hard to exercise because of the pain and the limitations, then I tend to put on weight a bit more, and I've just had a whole series of bad habits. To be honest, I was addicted to sugar. The more sugar I ate, the more I craved, and the more I craved, the more I ate, and the more weight I put on. And of course, well, not of course, but I guess over the course of time, I realised that sugar is has a really big inflammatory response in the body. And I did learn after a number of years and finally going to see an integrative medicine specialist that dairy and gluten are really big and have increased the inflammation in the body. So I'd already removed gluten from my diet after seeing a specialist in June of 2016. But by Christmas of 2016, even though I'd removed gluten from my body, I was just really desperate. I'd really put on a lot of weight. I wasn't able to manage my health, and I was finding it really hard to even go and hang out washing. I'd sweat. When I was hanging out washing, I got a bit of depression in about August of 2016, and a really weird bout of anxiety. So now I know what anxiety is like. I felt really claustrophobic when I went places and didn't want to go places, but if I had to go somewhere, I just feel really closed in, and it was really horrible. It's not normally my personality to be like that. So yeah, I felt really lost, and I went away with some friends and just said to them, look, I'm the heaviest I've ever been. I guess I don't have a bad life, but I just don't feel happy. And I was starting to really, I was actually starting to rehearse in my head like a video will, thinking to myself, my health is so bad, I don't think I've got cancer, but I don't feel like I'm living, and I feel like I'm deteriorating, not rapidly, but deteriorating to the point where I don't know if I can live much, or I don't know if my body's going to last the distance. I had heart palpitations happening all the time, like skipping heartbeats and doubling up heartbeats and stuff. And I had a heart monitor, and they said nothing was wrong, which is fine, great. I didn't want there to be anything wrong, but it didn't make the heart palpitations go away. So for me, I was very desperate. I'm just painting the picture for you, I guess, of where it came to. And I've tried to do programs in the past. I've done Weight Watchers. I've tried the Atkins diet. I've done Shaw Slim, and some of these things were really fantastic, but I don't know, I just couldn't sustain them on a long-term basis. And so my friend put an excited post up on Facebook in January, just after I kind of had this little breakdown with my friends at Christmas time. And I had decided that I was going to try and go sugar-free and then dairy-free after that. And when she put a post up just saying that she'd come across an amazing product that had increased her energy and helped her to be able to bounce out of bed in the mornings, like for the first time in years. And I've known that she's really struggled in the afternoons, and that her health hadn't been the greatest. So when she was posting how she was feeling, I was like, you need to tell me about these products. So we went for a walk on the beach, and she told me about an amazing program and product, and the product's called Juice Plus, and the program was called the Juicy Body Transformation Program. And of course, I'm talking to you now after a year of knowledge. So all the knowledge that I'm telling you now is, I've gained that over the time. But at the time, all she told me was it's fruit, vegetables, and berries in a capsule, Andrea, and some really amazing like shakes that you can take for breakfast that you don't even have to think about breakfast. I'm like, sweet, because I don't even eat breakfast, so if I can have shakes for breakfast, that's brilliant. And I said to her, oh, look, I know that fruits and veg are great because I used to juice years ago. For my arthritis, I thought to myself, I'd been told that, fruit and veggie juicing was really good. And I remember spending $100 a week on fruits and veggies, organic ones. I'd get them in, I'd spend like ages in the kitchen making the juices, and then I'd put them in the fridge in hopes that they didn't go all gloopy and horrible. And then, and they did. The carrot ones often used to just come out in one big slimy, horrible mess. And I'd be like, oh, that effort wasted, my carrot juice is gone. So I'd have to really make them fresh and kind of just drink them straight after I'd made them, which meant I was juicing, once or twice a day. So to have them in a capsule and I don't have to think about juicing, I was like, it's a no-brainer. So, and she said, oh, you may or may not be interested, but the program that comes with it is like a whole food health program. And they're just about to start an 8-week shred where you can enter and you can win $2,500 if it interested you. I was like, yes, please. I really knew that I was needing to do something, and I'd just decided that I wanted to go dairy and sugar-free because I'd already gone gluten-free. So the program, I was like, well, if I can do this shred, might win $2,500, and it's got all sugar-free, dairy-free, gluten-free recipes, then I'm in. So I signed myself up for the shred, took some photos, and started the journey. So first of all, I wanted to share with you the products. So to participate in the 8-week shred and enjoy the benefits of all the recipes that are in our program, you need to be a customer of our products, which are whole food products. They have a nutritional label, and the product's called Juice Plus. And so we have fruit and veggie and berry capsules. They look like this. So fruit and veggie. There's things like apple, pineapple, peach, prune, orange, cranberry, papaya, beet, acerola, cherry, and date. And in the veggie, there's carrot, cabbage, kale, rice bran, broccoli, beetroot, tomato, garlic, parsley, spinach, and oat bran. And that's our fruit and veggie blend. We've got amazing berries, which are high in antioxidants, and they are grape, raspberry, bilberry, blueberry, cranberry, pomegranate, blackcurrant, blackberry, elderberry, artichoke, and cocoa. And these are all just grown on local farms in the States, and then they're picked and taken a short distance to where they're processed, and that all the sugar and the fibre and the water is removed from the product, and they're dried at a super low temperature to preserve all the enzymes and the phytonutrients. And then they're ground into a powder and conveniently put in a vegan capsule for us to be able to take without having to spend hours at a juicer. So for me, this is a complete no-brainer, and it does not replace fruits and veggies. It's about adding these, like the World Health Organization says we should have between 9 and 13 serves of fruits and veggies per day, but most of us in New Zealand, particularly, we're told 5+ is fine. And so I think that also our soils are really depleted in the types of vitamins and minerals that we should be getting. So to top up our fruits and veggies is super important. And what they do at a cellular level is amazing. The person who birthed Juice Plus was a doctor or who was studying like herbal medicine, and he knew the power of fruits and vegetables as well, and he did a lot of study around which veggies work synergistically in the body. And his dad was dying, and he used products that he dried in his dehumidifier in his office, and he used them on his father and prolonged his father's life by 6 years just from giving these products. Now, the story is way more amazing than what I just said, because it's a nice long story with all the details. If you really would like to know that story, let me know, or the person who contacted you, and they can send you the story. And so the products here all work synergistically in your body. They go right through to your cells, bioavailable within 10 minutes. And what I love about Juice Plus is the science behind it. We've had over 35 peer-reviewed gold standard clinical studies that have been done on these products, and they've been published in scientific journals all around the world. So it's the most researched product on the market, and what I love is it's got a food label. It doesn't have like a vitamin label on it or a supplement label. This is like whole foods, and yeah, like I said, bioavailable within 10 minutes of taking it. And the process that it goes through works in your body to regenerate like all your blood cells. Over 4 months, your blood cells renew. So we provide a 4-month supply so that you're getting all the full benefits of those nutrients flooding your body over 4 months. When you purchase anything in our range of products, then you get access to the Juicy Body Transformation Program. And that is a program written by Kira Westwick. She was in 2014 Australian MasterChef. She was in the top 10, and she's got 2 children, so a lot of her recipes are super tasty, but modified for the family and taste tested by her family. A lot of husbands and kids really enjoy the meals that she makes. So she's provided these recipes, beautiful photos and methods for our customers, and there's over 250 recipes available. There's like meal guides, pantry staples that you need, shopping guides, exercise guides, a gratitude journal, and then so that's kind of the program. And then we have the 8-week shred. We have like a 14-day reset. We have a detox program that you can do. And any stage in your journey that if you just feel like you've been on a cruise, you've eaten a lot of food, drunk a lot of alcohol, and you just want to come back and do a detox, then you can just choose that short part of the program, do a detox. If you've done the 8-week shred and you want something to be able to carry on that healthy lifestyle, but you don't want it to be such a concerted effort, then you come off the 8-week shred and you use the Juicy Body Transformation Program. So we've got 2 books that you can print off. They're actually online books, so you can view them free online, or you can just take them to a local printer and get them printed for yourself. And this is called Juicy Body Transformation Volume 1 and the Recipes to Success Volume 2. So you can see in here there's lots of really amazing recipes that you can use to help you on your pathway towards a healthy lifestyle. These are deprivation free. We do not count calories, and we're about counting vitality. So if it's real food, you can eat it. If it comes in a packet, steer clear of it. If it comes in a can or a packet and you're not too sure, just check the ingredients. And my rule of thumb is if I can't see any chemicals or numbers on the back, then it's good. So if I'm buying a packet of cashews and it says cashew nuts, then I'll buy it. But a packet of muesli bars and it's got some numbers, some sugar, some gluten, then I don't buy it. In fact, rule of thumb is I try and stick around the outside of the supermarket because all the packet food's on the inside, except for the toilet paper and toothpaste. So that's our Juicy Body Transformation Program that is free for our customers for life. So if you choose to go on our program just for 4 months and not for like life, a lot of people choose to go on our program for life. Some people just choose to go on it for four months. But even if you come off it after 4 months, you've still got access to this program in the Facebook support group for life. This program it's a support group online, so it's called the Juicy Body Transformation and Shred. It's a closed group. You get access to that group when you become a customer of ours, and then you'll never be shut off from that group. So it's got quite a number of members in it, about 18,000 members, I think, and not all of them are active at any one time, but there's always support on that page for you. So there's recipes, questions that are asked, and people give answers. People put pictures up of their progress on the shred. You don't have to, but people choose to. And then people give really amazing feedback, so you get constant encouragement and support. There's some people who just might be like wanting a really quick and easy meal, like what's your favourite quick meal to make? And someone will post an answer. Any support you need. Someone might just want like, I'm struggling to find a way to get out and do my fasted cardio in the mornings. Then anyone give me any help? And then you just people always feedback. So amazing support through the Juicy Body Transformation Facebook page. And in the files tab of the page, there's access to all the recipe books. And we even have things like a kids recipe book and a Mother's Day recipe book and many different, a Father's Day recipe book, many different things that we can use to create exciting, yummy meals. And the 8-week shred itself it's a program for people who just want to make a bit more of a concerted effort with their health over 8 weeks. And it includes, like, out of the 250 recipes in the Juicy Body Transformation Program, there's probably at least 100 recipes that are shred approved. So they just might be a bit lighter on the fats, or just have, more veggies, just a little bit healthier than some of the other ones. We don't want to be putting the naked chocolate cake in the shred. That's kind of a treat when you come off the shred. So there's lots of really nice sweet treats and things. And there are some that are shred approved and some that are more for your maintenance lifestyle afterwards. But the shred itself is like, it's a guide that's sitting in the files of the Facebook support group. And if you would join in, you would print this off or order a printed version from me or the person who introduced you. And in here is like a bit of background around healthy eating, setting goals, shopping list essentials, examples of how to plan your exercise around your meals, time to work out. It's got an easy everyday workout, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, some ideas, some of the things you'll need for on the shred, like for your exercise or in your pantry. It's got some laws of transformation, some shred recipes. There's some recipes are in here already, some breakfast recipes, lunch recipes, some dinner recipes. The other recipe books are where you'd get most of the recipes from. We've got salad and veggie bowl dressings, healthy snacks, approved recipes from from volume 1 are in here, and from volume 2 are here. Meal prep inspo, shred essentials, so the things that you should have in your pantry that are really brilliant for the shred. Some cheat sheets helping you to do that, a goal setting sheet, your weight and measurements on one side, and then also like shred approved foods, kind of a whole list of shred approved foods. And then we've got this really cool like meal plans, some ideas for meals that you can have. And then we have this awesome tracker sheet at the back. So like just so you can keep track of the food that if you want, just as kind of an extra tool that's there if you want it. A lot of people really like, well, there's one for each week in the back, so you can just rip them out and put them on your fridge and tick off, when you've had your water and you've done your exercise and you've had your lemon water and things like that. So the best thing about the shred is just that you never really feel like you're being deprived. Like, you're making choices that are different to before, but you don't feel like they're a punishment to you. You actually really enjoy making those choices because of how great you feel. A lot of people find that when they combine our products with the program, that they get increased energy, the mental clarity returns, that foggy feeling that you can wake up with and is gone. The afternoon slumps that people often have and they just want to go and sleep on the couch is gone. People find their skin is more glowing, their eyes are more glowing, that they've just got more zest for life, because you're flooding your body with nutrients, right? So like attracts like. So if you're eating fruits and veggies, you're going to crave more fruits and veggies. So it's super important to increase your intake of fruit and veg and not just use our products as a replacement. And they do bridge the gap between what we should be eating and what we do actually eat, but they're not a replacement for fruit and veg. But for those people who eat hardly any fruits and veg, it's amazing, because once you start taking these, then you're going to crave more of the healthy food, which is brilliant. We have another product. We only have 3 products. If we count this is one product. We have this here, which is our amazing plant-based omegas, and this is from plants. So we have in here raspberry seed oil, tomato seed oil, safflower seed oil, sea buckthorn fruit oil, raspberry seed, algal oil, and pomegranate seed oil. And so it's taken from the algae that the fish eat. So it's a sustainable source of omegas, and is great because they're vegan. So anyone who's vegan can take this product. And it gives you high omega-3s to help with brain health, eye health, joint health. Really, really great for mental health, proven to help with kids with ADHD. I find this really helpful with my arthritis, just for the lubrication of all my joints. So but mostly it's just the mental health for memory. Just once again, the sharpness. I really enjoy taking these omegas. So that's the other one of our products. Plus we have these amazing complete meals. So it's called Juice Plus Complete. We have chocolate and vanilla. And these are really great for breakfast skippers because you can just whiz this up. I put berries, banana, packet of this, almond milk or coconut milk to steer clear of the dairy. And you've got a complete meal. It's amazing. And if I'm feeling like I want to be super healthy, I'll stick a handful of spinach in, some chia seeds, some LSA, and really bulk it out. And it becomes like a really good meal that lasts about 4 hours when you're putting all those other things in as well. And it's got 13 grams of protein in it. It's your healthy fats and your carbs and your proteins. So these are your macronutrients, and these are your micronutrients, and our body needs both to run. This is like the oil for the engine. This is like the petrol for the engine, the fuel that keeps your body going. And of course, you know, the super refined oil for the engine to keep the car running at its absolute optimum. This is like putting, I don't even know the word, but you know, the red petrol instead of the green petrol in, really just to boost the running of the vehicle. And let's be honest, you know, we want and need our bodies to run at an optimal level. You know, we're busy mums, we're busy friends, we're busy daughters, we're busy dads and sons, and we need to be the best that we can be for the people that we love and for the places where we contribute. You know, like in our local communities or in our workplaces, we're not going to be the best employee that we can be or contributor that we can be if we're not flooding our bodies with the right fuel. And it's so simple, yet it's something that we all find really difficult. So the Juicy Body Transformation program and all the people who advocate for it are really passionate about helping you to achieve your goals and to make this like a long-term sustainable option. I think the key is, as well as plugging into that Facebook group, you know, when you're struggling or you've just like lack a bit of motivation, it's just being honest in that Facebook group, and people will come in and just, they'll identify with you. They'll say, yeah, you know, I've fallen off the bandwagon too, but we found that if you do this and this, it helps. Or don't be so hard on yourself, you've done so great. And like just that encouragement. Well, for me, I need that. Not everyone needs that. A lot of people are just self-motivated, whereas I do thrive off having a community around me to help support me in my goals. I don't think I actually shared with you the results of my journey. So I was 115 kgs when I started on Juice Plus last January, and in the first shred I lost 9 kgs. I can't remember how many centimetres, and I just saw a picture of me at the end of the last shred, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was still so overweight. But then throughout the rest of the year I lost another 5 between shreds, and I did another shred in October and lost another 6 kilos in the October shred, and lost a little bit more over summer, and I am ready to lose another 10 kgs in this next shred. So in total, I've lost 20 kgs and feeling amazing. I still have 15, I don't know, I might even be able to lose 20, but I'm not going to be silly. If I could lose another 10, I'd be super happy. So I went down to 95 kgs, but right now, if I could just 85, I know for some people you're 85 and you want to be 60, you know, but for me, I'd just be so wrapped if I could be 85 kgs. 80 is probably like my super goal weight. But yeah, no matter what your goals are, you're all beautiful, you're all valuable, and you deserve to invest this time and this money into your health. I know that not all of us have the money to be able to do it. Some have it and are willing to spend it. Some don't have it, but find it. Some people, we know that people are desperate to sort out their health. Some people sell things on Trade Me to be able to get the money to be able to invest into this. It's not hugely expensive, but it's a commitment. It's kind of about like cutting back the wine, cutting back the coffees and the chocolate, using the money that you'd spend on that and using it to invest in your health instead. It's about working with your friends, like swapping fruits and veggies, being part of a community, just getting ideas about how to do things on more of a budget. So I'm here to help support you through the journey, and so as the person who introduced you to this video. So do go back to them and just speak to them about your concerns. They will help you to work through them and to get you connected with which products you feel would be best for your journey. Personally, our omegas only came in September, so when I started last January, I started on all of the products because, as you can tell from my story, I was very desperate. So I found the money, and to be honest, I I thought to myself, I was buying a Magnum probably every couple of days, a Magnum ice cream. I was buying chocolate bar every day. I was definitely buying a coffee every day. So I knew that I needed to cut back on those things. So having no coffee saved me like $20 a week instantly. And chocolate bars, $30 a maybe chocolate bars and ice cream, $30 a week. That was $50 a week straight away there that I could find by just cutting back on some of those things. So yeah, and you know, if you're really struggling to find the money and you need to save it up for some time, we will be doing future shreds. And also just to let you know that the 8-week shred, probably the really important part is that it does come with $2,500 prize money. And so that is from the 29th of April with this particular shred. There are different dates all the time. So for this particular one that's coming up, it's the 29th of April till the 5th of May is the start date. You can take your photos and measurements anytime on any day in those 6 or 7 days. And then 8 weeks from the day you take your photos and measurements, you take your photos and measurements again 8 weeks later. And then you hold on to both those sets of photos and measurements. And then when the link gets put up on the Facebook page to enter, you submit your measurements and photos, answer a couple of the questions about how you found the shred and how your life's changed since being on it, and then submit it. And then you can go and then you're entered into the $2,500 prize money pool. And they have a panel of judges that judge. And it depends, it's not about the person who loses the most kilos. Someone could lose like 15 kilos and someone could lose 5, and the person who lost 5 might still be the winner just based on the body transformation. Like they take into account the pictures, they take into account, you can just kind of tell by muscle toning and photos and weight in centimeters as to, you know, how much, because some people might put on a lot of muscle, and you can tell that, and that weighs heavier than weight, you know, fat loss. It turns out that the people in our last shred actually lost 19, 21 and 20, I think, kilos each, the last 3 winners. So we have an overall winner, and then we have a female runner-up and a male runner-up. And yeah, they lost a combination of 60 kilos between the 3 of them. So great effort from them. My customers, I've had so many. They've had such amazing results. 9 kilos and detox their body. And so the gallstones have, you know, come out. The process of the detox that they've been going through. I've had customers who have given up alcohol, smoking, become vegetarian. They just wanted to. They didn't have to. They just wanted to. And lost 16.3 kilos in the last shred in October. And his wife lost, I think, 6 or 7 kgs. Amazing transformations. And they said they became better wives, better husbands, better parents, just because of the energy they had. And now their kids are eating healthy. Their Christmas was different. It was sugar-free Christmas. You might not be able to fathom that, but they didn't want it. They were like, we do not want sugar for Christmas. And that's what I think was the most amazing thing. Like, my eyes used to gravitate towards cabinet food full of sugar. And now when I go to cabinet food, I'm just looking for the tray of salad. I don't actually want the sugary things anymore. And occasionally when I've grabbed like the Free-and or something like that, the sugar, I'm just like, oh, it's so sweet. It was probably nice for the first 2 bites, but the last 4, just too much. So it's incredible how your taste buds and your body change. So the 8-week shred, if you can't, what I was trying to say is if you can't afford to buy any of the products now, become a customer, because that's the only way that you can do the shred with us, is to be a customer of any of our products. If you can't afford to do that right now, then you can save up and do that next time we have the $2,500 8-week shred. But the fact is you can actually do the 8-week shred anytime you like. It's just a document that's in the files in the Facebook group, and you can pick it up and do it anytime. It's just won't be with prize money, that's all. But it's totally available to do. So just contact your the person who introduced you to the 8-week shred and let them know when you're ready, and they can place your order for you and get you hooked up with all the material you need to be able to do the shred. And we really look forward to supporting you and meeting you. And I love to hear, like, if you've watched this and you want to contact me or put a comment below this clip, just let me know what your results were, what you're looking forward to. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Or if you're a friend of mine, you know, just post your results afterwards. And I would really love to hear that. It's the best part is hearing people's stories about how their lives have changed, and what they're looking forward to from having that little bit of weight loss or that little bit more energy and vitality. That's what this is all about. Well, I apologise because I really truly did think that I could do this in 5 minutes. But this is Andrea. She does like talking. She has a story. And so, yeah, if you feel like I've missed out any of the key information, then yeah, just talk to the person who showed you this video and ask your questions, and we'll get them answered. And all the products for all the pricing for all the products, the person who introduced you to this would be able to share with you as well. Okay, take care, guys, and good luck with the shred if you choose to participate. You're awesome and you're valuable. See ya.